European LCS standings. Of course, staying in the top is Fnatic. 5-0. Perfect start for them so far. And right behind them, of course, in second place now is Rocket after that great victory over Gambit. Puts them at 5-1. And after losing their tiebreaker against Rocket earlier on, Gambit have, of course, slipped to third place now with 4-2. And at fourth place, of course, we have the Copenhagen Wolves. 3 wins, 3 losses.
Then we have a tie for the 5th place, where we have Alliance, who has climbed up to a 2-4, along together with SK Gaming. Millennium is no longer in last place, though, moving up to 7th, also a 2-5. And sliding down into 8th place at 1 win and 5 losses, we have Super Hot Crew.
So let's take a look at some of the players who have managed to pull off some impressive gameplay and their positions this week. In the top lane, well, it's Wicked. He absolutely trolled his way to a 0-2-11 against the Copenhagen Wolves. And really, it was all about the fact that he played Trundle, picked it into the Renekton.
Yeah, I mean, he picked it into, one he was supposed to lose to, and yet he went completely even in the lane. And once you got to team fights, you could put down the ultimate onto Youngbok and just instantly burst him down every time. Yeah,
giant improvement over week 1, of course. In the jungle, well, it's Jankos. He was the true king of the jungle this weekend, and of course he went 6-2-15 overall. That's 2-2-7 on Pantheon against the Super Hot Crew, and well, at 4-0-8 up against Gambit.
I mean, Jankos might not think he's a top 3 jungler in Europe, but I definitely think he's proved it. Every game he's there, he has a constant pressure on the map, and teamfights, he played him so well.
Yeah, the second week running, he's done fantastic. Of course, he was runner-up last week for the MVP himself. Mid lane, well, it's Froggen. Well, he went immortal on LeBlanc, didn't he? Showing the world how to do it. Maybe showing Bjergsen how to do it. I don't know. Just shots thrown over to North America, of course. Against Copenhagen Wolves, though, he did help Alliance net 2 wins. Quickly firing back at all the critics when they went 0-4 in week 1.
I mean, Froggen has stepped up his game, both, mechanic-wise and with everything he does on the map. But he's also the shot call of Alliance. And right now, they look a lot better on the map. They rotate a lot better. This is also due to Froggen stepping up.
And of course, the AD carry alongside him was Tabs. A marked improvement over his positioning and ability to impact the games. He went 4-0-3 against Millennium and 9-2-6 against Jinx. Giant turnaround for him as opposed to his plays last week.
This is the Tabs we remember from last season. Always so good in the team fights, very hard to get to, and picking up all the kills. Beautiful to watch.
And of course, as a support, well, it's Vander, the hooks of doom. His thresh was absolutely off the chain, and Joe, well, he just lost it when those hooks were being thrown in against Gambit.
I mean, it was fantastic to watch that game. Every time there was a chance, he landed the hook. Also on Edward in lane, through the minions, or like just around the minions,
just tweak it through,
and they get a kill. I mean, beautiful play.
Fantastic stuff. But one player has ruled them all this week, and our MVP for week 2 is Rocket's mid laner, Overpow.
What can you do? I mean, he plays Mordekaiser, and he wins with it. He did so well. Every time in the team fights, the position he has when it starts, he comes in from the side, gets the ultimate on Shyvana, pretty much every fight they actually had, get a lot of, both HP back, but also gets the ghost from Shyvana when the whole team collapse, kill it, and they move on. The fact that he can play a champion like Mordekaiser right now, with all the aggressive junglers there is, and still do so well, not even get shot down in the early game, shows really how good he is.
Yeah, and obviously against Gambit, the 8-1-7 KO. You cannot give Overpower KO. I think it's been proven up against Gambit, one of the best in Europe. Of course, there is plenty of LCS action to come on Saturday. The North American LCS rolls into their second week with 4 big games. Team Dignitas will be starting things off against XDG. Meanwhile, Team Coast are going to be up against Curse.
And then we have EG versus Team Dignitas, and after that, Team Solo Mid versus Counter Logic Gaming. Those matches start on Saturday at 9 p.m. Central European Time, 12 noon Pacific Time.
And of course, do not forget the European LCS will be back next Thursday. So starting things off will be 2 giant games. Gambit up against Alliance. I'm excited for that one. And Rocket, well, they're facing Fnatic, the battle for the top.
And then we have Super Hot Crew versus SK Gaming. Both teams need a win. Copenhagen Wolves takes on Fnatic then in the last game of the day.
And you can catch all of the action, of course. That will be on Thursday once again, 7 p.m. Central European Time. That is 10 a.m.